Hello, I'm going to explain about conditionals. What is conditionals? Conditional sentences is a sentence which consists of two parts. First one is main clause and if clause. If clause contains terms or conditions that must be fulfilled, so that the conditions contained in the main clause can be realized. Use conjunction to combine two sentences. In conditional sentence, use if clause. If clause, comma, result clause. Example, if it rains, the grass gets wet. In conditional sentences, we not only use if, but we can use unless, as, or so long as, providing or provided can replace if. Use as or so long as, providing or providing that when we need to impose specific or condition or set limits on the situation. As long as, providing that are more common in speaking. So long as, provided that are more formal and more common in writing. For example, in as long as, you can play in the living room as long as you don't make a mess. Example, in so long as a tiger stands still, it is invisible in the jungle. Example for providing is, you can get a senior citizen's reduction providing you've got a rail card. An example for provided, they may do whatever they like provided that it is within the law. We can use the expression as long as, provided, or providing that when we want to emphasize to condition that needs to be present so that something can happen or be done. Example, you can take this seat providing or provided that, or as long as no one has reserved it. Next, we can use unless to replace if. Unless means something similar to if blank 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 not, or except if. Unless, okay, for example, unless I phone you, you can assume the train's on time. If I do not phone you, or except if I phone you, you can assume the train is on time. The example, next, don't call the police unless it's strictly necessary. So, don't call the police if it is not strictly necessary. Okay, we get it similar in unless and if blank 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 not. There are 5 types in conditional. The first one is the zero conditional. The zero conditional is often used to refer to general truth, facts, habits, or what actually happened. The pattern for if clause is if plus simple present, or if plus subject plus verb, or verb s or es. And the main clause, the pattern is simple present too. So is that mean, is this thing happen, that things happens. For example, if you hit ice, it melts. If it rains, the grass gets wet. Okay, the second is first conditional, used for possible future situation or what could happen. The pattern is if plus simple present, comma, Simple future. If plus subject plus verb 1 SES, comma, subject plus will plus verb 1. For example, if it rains, you will get wet. Note, other modals like might, must, should, other future forms like going to, and imperative like give or something like that can replace will. For example, if you drop that glass, it might break. I may finish that later if I have time. Third is second conditional, used for unlikely or imaginary situation in the present or future, or what we wish would happen. And the pattern is if simple present, comma, past future. If plus subject plus verb 1 or verb, comma, subject plus would plus infinitive. Or if plus subject plus were in nomina, comma, subject plus would plus infinitive. It is correct and very common to say if I were, not was. For example, if it rained, you would get wet. And in second conditional, modals can replace would. For example, we might buy a larger house if we had more money. Third conditional, used for imaginary situation in the past or what might happen. For pattern, if plus past perfect, comma, past future perfect. If plus had plus verb 3, comma, subject plus would have plus verb 3. Other modals can replace would in third conditional. If it had rained, you would get gotten wet. And if he called you, you could go. Both would and had can be contracted to add. So, I have two rules. First one is had plus verb 3 and would plus infinitive. The last is mixed conditional, use mixed second and third conditional to connect the past with the present. With pattern, the first is if past perfect, comma, past future. If plus had plus verb 3, comma, would plus verb 1. For example, if I had worked harder at school, I would have a better job now. The pattern 2 is if simple past, comma, past future perfect. If plus verb 2 or was or were, would have plus verb 3. For example, if I wasn't so busy, I would have done better. Okay, that's all my explanation about conditional. Thank you.